And this assignment will provide a deeper understanding of the problems identified in Assignment 1, which concentrated on the problems Amazon employees are facing during their working hours and the negative press that since had surfaced about the working conditions at the fulfillment centers. This presentation will concentrate on that specific issue. However, the CEO, Mr. Bezos, has asked me to look into the other key themes of the same recurring problems with the emphasis on, but not limited to, bureaucracy and post-bureaucracy, scientific management, team working, or ethical decision making, to make sure that the identified problem had been analyzed in depth and from different perspectives. A technique inspired by Rudyard Kipling 1918 will be implemented. The 6W techniques, or 5Ws and 1H as it is referred to, is very often used by companies to solve their existing problems. Meine Damen und Herren, Signoras y Signores, Signore, Signorini, Panie, Panowie, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for finding time in what I know are very tight schedules to attend this online presentation at your local Amazon fulfillment centers around the world. I think everyone is present and we can slowly start. My name is Krzysztof Rutkowski and I work as a problem solver and improvements director. And basically what my job requires me um, to do is first of all identify the rising problems within the company and keep an eye on the various newly arising external threats to the business and coming up with potential solutions so we could deal with them as well as we can. Before we start for good, I would like to pay my respects, and I'm sure you will as well, to our fallen brothers from Edwardsville in Illinois, America. On the 10th of December 2021, six of our finest Amazonians had lost their lives when the tornado struck one of our fulfillment centers. I would like to say that it's been a huge loss for all of us, and that all of our thoughts are with the families. We are here today to learn about the newly identified issues at Amazon that had been brought up to my attention and how we will react to them, and to realize that we have to change our mindset and our attitudes while working for Amazon. Like Gandhi once said, be the change you want to see in the world. Amazon mission statement is, as you all probably know, and if you don't know, what are you doing in this meeting? It is to be the world's most customer-centric company. And how we might achieve it, you may ask. We have to take care of our employees as they are the front line in customer service and customer experience. Uh, when was the last time any of you actually met one of our customers while working? Yeah, I thought it just as much. But our delivery drivers, pickers, packers, and the rest of our staff deal with the public on a daily basis, and they are the only people our customers see, and they are the face of our company. The main identified issue that I would like to concentrate on are the working conditions and poor employee treatment at our fulfillment centers that had been reported in various researches and papers. We are not pointing fingers at any particular warehouses, but rather on the whole operation in general. There have been a number of strikes in the past 2 years across USA, Europe, and Asia alike due to the working conditions and poor employee treatment, according to Robert Reich 2021. I would like you to understand that this one problem is creating a broader number of other problems under the umbrella term of harsh working conditions. It creates domino effect and we can't let it spiral out of control. All those identified problems you see on the screen now and many more arise because Amazon as a whole doesn't take enough care of their employees. Issues such as lack of motivation, high rate of accidents and near misses, unreachable targets, and feeling of being number or a robot rather than a human entity that needs to be nourished and cared for. Those are just a few identified problems that fall into the same category, and they create a huge wave of long-term implications. When worst case scenario, we will lose revenue as our customers might want to show us how displeased they are about our corporate policies, and they might even stop shopping with us. Recent polls done by Siteco 2021 had revealed some very worrying signals that I believe relate to the identified problems. Though it is true that during lockdowns, Amazon had increased their profits by just over 200%, according to the study done by New York Times 2021, which is staggering. However, the recent poll suggests that the things are about to get more messy, as 53% of the customers they said that they feel guilty, ashamed, and morally conflicted by shopping at Amazon, as they expect the companies to treat the workers fairly, as the customers now have become more conscious about the brands. and increasingly choose to support brands that have committed to a social purpose, according to Page O'Neill 2021. The first W concentrate on what it is we at Amazon would like you to achieve while solving the issue. The main goal behind coming up with the solution is to improve the working conditions of the employees, to make them want to work for Amazon for other reasons than purely the financial ones. We would like to possess a highly motivated team who will work towards the goals and targets set by the company while maintaining a healthy work-life balance, as we understand how important it is. I would also like to add that I agree with Dr. David McNair in what he says, that every one of us is different, and what might be good for me could have a devastating outcome for somebody else. So we have to look to find the golden apple solution. The truth is that 3% of people employed by us leave within the first week, and that is something that does not happen anywhere else in any other companies. And the stand turnover in first year reaches 150% according to the studies done to New York Times, while the standard staff turnover is around 12 to 15%, and anything below 10% is considered extremely good. Uh, our staff turnover is nearly 10 times that, and it costs us daily, not only in strictly financial terms, as we lose resources such as time or money to train people who might be gone next week, just so we can train a new bunch of people next week. Our reputation suffers a lot as well, as research done by Dimensional Research 2021 has focused specifically on Amazon, found that 95% of responders who worked as a part of our team have told their friends and family about the bad way in which they were treated in work, which I believe is just unacceptable, and it must be dealt with in orderly manner by improving the work process and build on the positives to reach our target. The second W, why? Well, why do we need a solution to the identified problem? To that I say constant daily improvements and reaching wider and further. What I mean by that, it's no good to be number one at something if you're just gonna have a break and enjoy the view from the very top of the mountain, because of the rest of the pack will catch up very soon and surely overtake you. And if we want to be the number one company when it comes to customer experience, we have to constantly innovate and constantly push on. Now, I believe, as many other people do, such as Twitter, Mailet, or Morgan, that the customer experience begins with the employee experience and satisfaction. If we want our employees to take care of our customers, then we must take care of our workers and listen to their voice and their opinions, because it is them on a daily basis that make this whole place spin, and collectively they know the insides and outsides of the whole process, and the insides might help us improve, and to make our fulfillment centers as nice, clean, and injury-prone place where people want to work because they know they will be taken care of. I believe the biggest factor in this problem is our bureaucratic and hierarchical organizational structure, described by Weber 2012, which he described as a highly structured, formalized, and also an impersonal organization on one hand. However, he also believes that an organization must have a defined hierarchical structure and clear rules, regulations, and lines of authority which govern it, which I do agree with, but at this stage, our structure has become so vast, far-reaching, complicated, and entangled together, and it has created this big hierarchical problem where the employees at the very bottom aren't listened to and haven't got a voice, hence why they fight for what they believe they deserve, and I say rightly so. I would also like to say that we will try to concentrate more on try to implement it in substantial way, the Elton Mayo's 1933 management theory, which promotes the hypothesis that workers are motivated by social and relational forces more than financial or environmental conditions. He believes that the managers can increase the employees' productivity by simply treating them as a unique individuals, which they are. That's why one of the things I would like us to make is a platform for all Amazonians to express their views and feelings about anything company related, which then will be monitored daily to improve our situation and deal with the arising problems as soon as they appear. To add to it, we would like to implement something called Jarvis principle, which states that employee can be pleased by getting relational perks such as staff parties, gift certificates, etc., just as effectively as with the financial rewards. And I do know that this seems very expensive and maybe even naive, but I would like us to try to see how well it could work for us. Uh, the issue has arisen in every single fulfillment center we own, and I do not mean to say that the hierarchical structure is wrong or that the classical approach that we have adopted, described by Taylor 1919, doesn't work, because it does. In our case, we have managed to optimize the space and time that we have at our disposal by adopting a very well organized systematic approach into the way we work, which enabled us to become so successful by adapting the technology and optimizing the stocking, picking, packing, and delivery approaches to make us the biggest company in the world. But I guess what I'm saying is we should take care in our employees, because they are the bedrock of our business. And just like we have optimized almost every aspect of our business, I believe we can also become a driving force and become a leader in employee work gratification worldwide. However, we have got some work to do, as our employees had widely criticized us for having a machine-like attitude towards the people we employ, as the documents obtained by The Verge 2018 has shown. Some people felt that the unrealistic performance targets, pressure, and lack of recognition where if you don't hit your targets, you will be dismissed. By implementing those techniques and theories, I believe we can redevelop our brand image and turn it from the one that just ignores regular employees to the one that people will want to work for. I believe, as do many others such as Holloway 2008 or Pollack 2005, that the positive brand image not only improves the brand by attracting more customers and investors, but also has a very positive impact when it comes to the staff as well. Positive brand image, according to Pollack 2005, can motivate the staff in a strictly performance way, but it also affect employees in different ways, as they will have more pride in what they do, and as the result, they will look out for each other, and hopefully they might even reduce the number of accidents and near misses at the fulfillment centers. I would like everyone to get on board to support and use the available resources to identify the micro problems arising on daily basis at any given fulfillment center once we launch our platform. The issue arose in 2019 to 2022, according to the New York Times, and the research into the Amazon employees' level of happiness while undertaking employment while working for Amazon. But it has only been brought to my attention in 2021, as the company was going and still is going through a great period of time for us, financially speaking. However, to maintain it, we have to act and take care of our employees, and that is something I cannot stress enough. The solution to our problem are quite simple. Take better care of your employees, unless we want to lose our customers, because as we have established so far, one and the other are interlinked together. I have allowed myself to break the statement into a plan of action of sorts, which will highlight the most important changes that we would like to implement to make sure we raise the standards when it comes to the employee satisfaction. The biggest project, I believe, out of all the points made so far, is the creation of the Amazonian interaction platform that will enable employees across the whole levels of organization to actively exchange their views and opinions, along with raising any concerns and worries that they might possess. The goal behind it is to narrow the gap between the bosses and the workers, to allow the free flow of information to go up and down between the levels of hierarchy, in order to make the employees at lower positions feel more respected, and for them to know that they can contribute and add value to the organization in many different ways, to know uh, that they can really make a difference. I would also want to have incentive programs implemented in every fulfillment center we run. And I don't mean just throwing money at our staff, because as effective as it may be, it may not be the golden solution we seek. We would like to be able to give back to them for all the hard work that they have done for us. And I believe that there are many ways in which we can achieve that. My idea is to have a target-based reward system in place, where for every day an individual will be quickly assessed at the end of the shift and rewarded 10 points for hitting the 85 to 90% target range. Those points could then be exchanged for souvenirs on our rewards tab on the Amazon app. Employees would be able to spend those points on goods such as hoodies, hats, phone covers, to even a paid day off, or time and a half pay on the shift of their children, to not only boost the morale within the company, but also to make sure that the targets will not be affected by any external factors or external opinions of Amazon. We would like to create a healthy kind of competition amongst our workers, with the perks for one ones who do well, as I believe hard work and dedication should be rewarded. Using our Amazonian platform, we would also like to encourage our employees with the problem solving and decision making progress, as we believe that there's a vast amount of knowledge of the processes within our fulfillment centers through all the levels of hierarchy. What I mean by this is when an issue arises on the shop floor, the people most capable and qualified to solve it are the people who spend most time on the job and who know the daily struggles of the job. Who is solving an issue or being included in the decision-making progress are kind of self-driven, as they look out for themselves to better their positions, to have a safe and nicer work environment. I believe would be beneficial to us all. And we just come now to the end of our presentation, and thank you all so much for your time. And I would like to answer any of your questions if you have some. Please go ahead.